Well, it's our upper level energy, and part of this is going to be part of that system that's going to affect Florida and the entire East Coast. So here is your low spiraling around. You can see some more energy diving in, and you can see a lot of subtropical jet energy going across the Gulf of Mexico. This is going to swing east. It's going to morph a little bit. There's going to be other pieces of energy that come into it that are going to help amplify it. But this is a pretty gnarly little system coming through Kansas, Oklahoma, down into Texas as well. It is racing eastbound too. Notice Fort Worth moving into Dallas. So I know this is the last day of school for a lot of kids around the country. They have next week off completely. And so, yeah, they have the next 2 weeks off. So a little bit of a wet one for us, but it is going to breeze through fairly quickly as we head into the afternoon hours. We'll start to clear out, dry up a little bit. Texarkana, Little Rock, Alexandria, Jackson, and it's all going to be moving east. Now, notice it kind of looks a little bit different as it gets over here, but remember, it is transforming. We are seeing energy come into it, energy stretch out a little bit, but it's all going to come into this ball that's going to go up the East Coast. It will fall right over the dry conditions from the Appalachians back down into Texas. We need it here because it's so dry. We're not going to get a lot of rain. That's kind of good. If we could just get like an inch a day, that'd be great. Inch a day for a month, right? We could really wipe out our deficits. Dallas and Fort Worth all the way up into Gainesville, the Red River Valley, 35, I-20. It is slow going. But notice here as the kids are coming home and dinner time, it's going to be nice and quiet. So you can get out and barbecue or head to dinner and not have to worry about that rain. Houston, it's going to be a little bit later for us. Obviously, we're a little bit farther east. Some of that moisture from the Gulf coming in. And then as we go through overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, that's when the rain comes through. Jordan.
Well, we got a lot more.
Welcome back into America's Morning Headquarters on this Friday. The downright nasty weather this weekend in Florida won't stay there. Dangerous winds, relentless rains, coastal flooding, rip currents. Clearwater Beach could see tides rival the level that we saw during Idalia. Sanford called off its Jingle Jam Festival set for Saturday. And all of this mess that you see behind me, this is all going to be making its way up the I-95 corridor. It's beginning today, really ramps up, Jordan, as we head into tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, for any kind of big events. Welcome back to Pattern. This is your home for the latest news in climate change and sustainability. I'm Jordan Steele.
And I'm Steph Abrams. Let's get into today's hot topics. Greek olive growers say after a tough season, they're having to fight off thieves.
Yeah, this is crazy.
That are trying to steal their crops.
I would not have thought thieves would have to go after
Because I would think
olives.
you would need a lot of olives to make olive oil, but maybe just for their martinis. You wouldn't think that Bitcoin would strain water resources, but a new study says one single Bitcoin transaction uses as much water as a backyard swimming pool. So much energy is used.
We know
right?
the energy, but I'm just wondering the water usage. Like, is water being used and therefore, or is it just needed to cool?
I think it's to cool all the computers.
So it's not really being used. It's like if you put it into a river, the river's cooling it as it's going downstream. It's not being used.
I guess not necessarily, but I wonder if they can recycle it, or once it does that process,
is it bad?
Right.
That's what I want to know.
Is it bad? And I feel like usually there's fans, but I guess the fans aren't enough to.
Water's
you
the
know
best.
when your computer's on your lap and like we used to have those fans, you can hear the fan like going real hard.
Right.
You're like, oh, let me pull it up here. It was like burning your lap.
Yeah,
so now imagine all the computers for Bitcoin,
right,
and how much energy and heat.
Crazy. Well, drought is posing a bigger problem around the world as our planet warms. So is there a way to... Welcome back to Pattern, everybody. Picture the size of a two-story home.
Okay. Got it.
There might be some in your neighborhood, of course, might be your house, but imagine if it just disappeared one summer. That's how much ice is melting off the Iceland's glaciers.
Yes, Chief Environmental Correspondent Dave Malkoff shows us firsthand.
You know, I think about that all the time. Like, what are the things you need to go see now before they're gone?
Glaciers.
Right.
Because when you see it in person where the sign is that says, oh, it was here 2 years ago, and then it's like way back there, it really is jaw-dropping.
For more stories like this, make sure you guys check out Pattern.
Yeah, travel is going to be a mess.
Boo.
Oh, wow.
Not at you. Just at the weather.
Lynette, thank you.
All right, we hate to ruin your holiday cheer, but your gift wrapping is causing some problems.
They need to do that because, first of all, the outlook for the next couple of weeks through Christmas, it is hot everywhere.
Yeah, like
and our
5 to
temperatures
20
keep
degrees
hitting
above
up.
average.
I know, so they need to do that.
So how many presents do you buy for everyone on your list?
One per person?
That's my argument. Doesn't
Right?
work out that way.
Well,
what about
last
stocking
year-
stuffers?
Oh,
You got to have those, plus you got to have 1 or 2 under the tree.
so much stuff. Last year, the average American bought 9 gifts total. That's down from 16 gifts the year before.
Wow, that's a big jump. Either way, it's a lot. No matter how many presents you buy for your loved ones this year, one thing is for sure, you'll probably need a lot of wrapping paper.
So here's why. We send... Love that.
That's a great idea. We always keep, anytime someone delivers or we use like a holiday bag, we always just fold it back up and put it in the Christmas box.
Oh, yeah, I keep it.
So then you can reuse those bags.
It's funny now that I'm an adult, when you're little and someone's like opening a present like super nicely and then they keep the wrapping paper folded nicely.
Yeah, so you can reuse it.
And as a kid, you're like, what are you doing?
I know. So you go,
and now I'm like, get it, because I have a nice little pile of all those.
That's exactly right. All right, let's get a weather update with Lynette. Talk about this weekend into next week.
I know, I wish I could have put a bow on this. Go with it. We just have to watch that in travel and flying and turbulence. You can have it.
Where's the snow?
It's cold.
Why Christmas?
Alaska's
cold.
really cold. It's all the way up there. Lynette, thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right, you guys, we got Woo TV coming up next. They're going to break down that storm, of course, the severe threat in Florida specifically.
Yeah, have a good weekend, everyone. It's almost Christmas.
Almost.
We'll see you here next week.